next sutta is 8.6.59. Monks, there are these 8 persons worthy of offerings, worthy of gifts, worthy of oblations, deserving to be reverently saluted, the world's peerless field for merit. What 8? The stream winner. That's number 1. Number 2, he who has entered the path for the realization of the fruit of stream winning. Number 3, the once returner or sakadagami. Number 4, he who attains to the path for the realization thereof. Number 5, the non-returner or anagamin. Number 6, he who attains, he who has entered the path for the realization of the fruit of non-returning. Number 7, the arahant. And number 8, he who has entered on the path to arahantship. That's the end of the sutta. So here the Buddha is talking about 8 persons who are Aryas. And you notice it is 8 persons, not 4 persons. Because in the Abhidhamma, the path attainment is supposed to be followed immediately the next moment by the fruition. But this is not so in the suttas. In the suttas you have 8 persons, which means that path attainer actually exists for you to make offerings to. So it does appear in the suttas that path attainment and fruition attainment can take quite some time. They are apart, quite some time apart, not necessarily one following the other immediately. The other thing you notice is that these terms, Sotapanna, Sakadagamin, Anagamin and Arhan, are all fruition attainers. They are all fruition attainers. Here in this book they have translated wrongly. They have translated the stream winner and he who attains to the realization of the fruit of stream winning. So from this translation it appears like the stream winner, Sotapanna, is a path attainer. But actually, when I check the Pali translation, I find that the terms Sotapanna, Sakadagamin, Anagamin and Arahant are fruition attainers.
Monks, I do not say of all monks that they still have work to do with diligence, nor do I say of all monks that they have no more work to do with diligence. I do not say of all monks who are arahants, who attains destroyed, who have lived the holy life, done what had to be done, laid down the burden, reached the true goal, destroyed the fetters of being and are completely liberated through final knowledge, that they still have work to do with diligence. Why is that? They have done their work with diligence. They are no more capable of being negligent. I say of such monks who are in higher training, whose minds have not yet reached the goal, and who are still aspiring to the supreme security from bondage, that they still have work to do with diligence. Why is that? Because when those venerable ones make use of suitable resting places and associate with good friends and balance their spiritual faculties, they may, by realizing for themselves with direct knowledge, here and now enter upon and abide in the supreme goal of the holy life, for the sake of which clansmen rightly go forth from the home life into homelessness. Seeing this fruit of diligence for these monks, I say that they still have work to do with diligence. I'll stop here for a moment. So here the Buddha says, the Arahant has finished his work, and he has no more work to do, and he's also not able to be negligent anymore. He's no more negligent. But those in higher training, the other types of Arya, the Buddha encourages them to put forth effort, and they may attain the goal of the holy life, Nibbana, here and now. Monks, there are 7 kinds of persons to be found existing in the world. What 7? They are: 1 liberated both ways, 1 liberated by wisdom, a body witness, 1 attained to view, one liberated by faith, a Dhamma follower and a faith follower. Stop here for a moment. This here is talking about 7 types of Aryans. The Aryans can be classified as 7 types as here. The first 2 refers to the Arahants. One liberated both ways, one liberated by wisdom. Here you can see these 2 types of Arahants, liberated both ways and liberated by wisdom. But earlier we saw in Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta 64, section 16, the Buddha, it is stated there are 2 types of Arahants, liberated by mind and liberated by wisdom. So here, when you say liberated both ways, that refers to the Arahant who is liberated by mind. Because as I mentioned before, liberated by mind means he's liberated by mind as well as by wisdom. That's why he's liberated both ways. And that liberation by mind occurs when Arahant attains liberation during meditation. He's using the strength of his mind and becomes liberated. Whereas liberated by wisdom, he's not meditating at that time. I remember Sariputta just listening to the Buddha give a discourse and he understood and he became liberated. His liberation by wisdom. Then body witness attained to view and liberated by faith. The last 2, Dhamma follower and faith follower, refers to the first path attainers. What kind of person is one liberated both ways? Ubato bhaga vimutta. Here some person contacts with the body and abides in those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial, transcending forms, and his stains are destroyed by his seeing with wisdom. This kind of person is called one liberated both ways. I do not say of such a monk that he still has work to do with diligence. Why is that? He has done his work with diligence. He is no more capable of being negligent. What kind of person is one liberated by wisdom? Anya vimutta. Here some person does not contact with the body and abide in those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial, transcending forms, but his stains are destroyed by seeing with wisdom. This kind of person is called one liberated by wisdom. I do not say of such a monk that he still has work to do with diligence. Why is that? He has done his work with diligence. He is no more capable of being negligent. Stop here for a moment. This here, liberated by wisdom, it says, he does not contact with the body. Those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial means he does not attain the arupas. But it does not mean he does not have the rupa jhanas. Because all arahants have perfect samadhi, and the perfect samadhi is defined as the 4 jhanas. But there are some arahants, after they attain 4 jhanas, they become liberated. Some after they attain 8 jhanas. That means including the arupas. What kind of person is a body witness? Kaya sakhin. Here some person contacts with the body and abides in those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial, transcending forms, and some of his stains are destroyed by seeing with wisdom. This kind of person is called a body witness. I say of such a monk that he still has work to do with diligence. Why is that? Because when that venerable one makes use of suitable resting places and associates with good friends and balances his spiritual faculties, he may, by realizing for himself with direct knowledge, here and now enter upon and abide in that supreme goal of the holy life, for the sake of which clansmen rightly go forth, from the home life into homelessness. Seeing this fruit of diligence for such a monk, I say that he still has work to do with diligence. What kind of person is one attained to view? Ditthipata. Here some person does not contact with the body and abide in those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial, transcending forms, but some of his stains are destroyed by his seeing with wisdom, and he has reviewed and examined with wisdom the teachings proclaimed by the Tathagata. This kind of person is called one attained to view. I say of such a monk that he still has work to do with diligence. Why is that? And then what kind of person is one liberated by faith? Here, this is Saddha Vimutta. Here some person does not contact with the body and abide in those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial, transcending forms, but some of his stains are destroyed by his seeing with wisdom, and his faith is planted, rooted and established in the Tathagata. This kind of person is called one liberated by faith. I say of such a monk that he still has work to do with diligence, etc. Stop here for a moment. Here now we come to these three types of Arya. The body witness, Kaya Sabkin, and then the second one is one attained to view, Ditthipata. The third one is one liberated by faith, Sada Vimutta. Now according to the Majjhima Nikaya, Atthakatha commentary, they say that the first two, the liberated both ways and liberated by wisdom, that refers to the Arahants. And the last two refers to the first path attainer, the Dhamma follower and faith follower. So they say that these three refers to the six Aryans in between. That means first fruit, Arya, second path, second fruit, third path, third fruit, and fourth path. Six types of Aryans. This is what they say. But this Anguttara Nikaya, Sutta 3.21, also there's some discussion about these three types of Aryans. And there the Buddha says that these three types of Aryans, they can either be a second fruition Arya, that means Sakadagamin, or third fruition Anagamin, or fourth path attainer. So there the sutta is a bit different from what the commentary here says. What kind of person is a Dhamma follower? Dhamma Nusarin. Here some person does not contact with the body and abide in those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial, transcending forms, and his stains are not yet destroyed by seeing with wisdom. But with wisdom he has sufficiently gained a reflective acceptance of those teachings proclaimed by the Tathagata. Furthermore, he has these qualities: the faith faculty, energy faculty, mindfulness faculty, concentration faculty, and wisdom faculty. This kind of person is called a Dhamma follower. I say of such a monk that he still has work to do with diligence, etc. What kind of person is a faith follower? Sada Nusarin. Here some person does not contact with the body and abide in those liberations that are peaceful and immaterial, transcending forms, and his stains are not yet destroyed by his seeing with wisdom. Yet he has sufficient faith in and love for the Tathagata. Furthermore, he has these qualities: the faith faculty, energy faculty, mindfulness faculty, concentration faculty, and wisdom faculty. This kind of person is called a faith follower. I say of such a monk that he still has work to do with diligence, etc. So stop here for a moment. Here, the Dhamma follower and the faith follower refers to the first path attainer. You see, in this, these two, they have in common the five faculties: faith, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. But I think that these five faculties are not fully developed, because in the Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha says, if a person has these five faculties fully developed, he can become an Arahant. But if it is only developed at a low level, he can become first path or first fruit attainer. So here we assume must be the five faculties are only partially developed. This Dhamma follower, you see, he has gained a reflective acceptance of those teachings proclaimed by the Tathagata. That means he listens to the Dhamma, and then he reflects on what he has heard, and he accepts the Dhamma taught by the Buddha. He understands. So just by understanding the Dhamma, he has entered the stream, become the first path attainer. And that also is partially because he has partial development of these five faculties. Then the second one, the faith follower, he becomes the first path attainer because he has sufficient faith and love for the Tathagata. That is only possible also if he understands some Dhamma. If he doesn't understand the Dhamma, how can he have faith and love for the Tathagata? So these are the two first path attainers. Monks, the Dhamma well proclaimed by me, the Dhamma well proclaimed by me thus is clear, open, evident and free of patchwork. In the Dhamma well proclaimed by me thus, which is clear, open, evident and free of patchwork, there is no future round for manifestation in the case of those monks who are arahants, with chains destroyed, who have lived the holy life, done what had to be done, laid down the burden, reached the true goal, destroyed the fetters of being, and are completely liberated through final knowledge. Monks, the Dhamma well proclaimed by me thus is clear, free of patchwork. In the Dhamma well proclaimed by me thus, which is clear, etc., free of patchwork, those monks who have abandoned the 5 lower fetters are all due to reappear spontaneously in the pure abodes, and there attain final Nibbana without ever returning from that world. Monks, the Dhamma well proclaimed by me thus is clear, etc., free of patchwork. In the Dhamma well proclaimed by me thus, which is clear, etc., those monks who have abandoned the 3 lower fetters and attenuated lust, hatred and delusion are all once returners, returning once to this world to make an end of suffering. Similarly, those monks who have abandoned 3 fetters are all stream enterers, who are no longer subject to perdition, bound for deliverance and headed for enlightenment. Similarly, those monks who are Dhamma followers or faith followers are all headed for enlightenment. Similarly, those monks who have sufficient faith in me, sufficient love for me, are all headed for heaven. That is what the Blessed One said. The monks were satisfied and delighted in the Blessed One's words. That's the end of the sutta. So this final part, the Buddha says that he's talking about those monks who have attained various Aryan stages. The ones who have attained arahanthood, the 4th fruit, there is no more rebirth for them. And those who have attained, who have destroyed the 5 lower fetters, the anagamins, they will take rebirth in the pure abodes without returning from that world. That's why they're called anagamins, non-returners. Those who have abandoned the 3 lower fetters and attenuated, weakened lust, hatred and delusion, once returners, sakadagamins, they come back to this human birth one more time to make an end of suffering, enter Nibbana. And those who have abandoned 3 fetters, all stream enterers, sotapanna, headed for enlightenment, maximum 7 more lifetimes. And then those who are Dhamma followers and faith followers are all first path attainers, also headed for enlightenment. Even the monks who have faith in the Buddha, love for the Buddha, they are all headed for heaven, the Buddha says. So